All right, so welcome back to my channel, guys. It's been a very long time. Anyways, that's about like 2 months. I haven't been posting because I had exams. I'm fully back. Today we'll be talking about 7 mistakes I made while selling digital products and things that you shouldn't repeat, even as a beginner. So I was actually doing everything and I still did not make money. I tried creating products, I tried selling. In fact, I told my friends, told a lot of persons. I really did not sell anything. I was always posting on WhatsApp, always posting my link, but I think there were things I was really doing the wrong way because I put my focus on making money only. So I wasn't really creating for purpose, or I wasn't really creating because I wanted to solve a problem. So I was just creating because I was hearing online, create a digital product and you'll be making money. I mean, I needed the money. So that was what I was doing. I was doing some things that were wrong, and I'll be sharing that with you today because if you're just starting or you're just hearing about digital products online, there are some things that you should focus on, and there are some things that you shouldn't also focus on. So let's go. Well, I had no results for a long time. I started selling digital products when I think in the year 2022, and throughout the whole, okay, I think 2022 December, 2023, for about 6 months, I only sold about 4 products. I remember very well. And I was still always talking about it, but there was really no results. So let me show you the mistakes I made so you do not repeat them. Now, I was always learning different things. I was trying to make money. Sorry, the light turned off. Anyways, let's continue. So, I was learning different things. I tried to make money online. I was confused. There was no direction because anything anybody says, I do. Anything this one says, I do. Anything this one says, I do. So I was just running and running and running. And there was really no result because I didn't have a specific audience, or I didn't know my one avatar. I did not have a solution for them. And I did not, in fact, I was so confused. I was just running because I really needed the money. But now I know better that if I want to create a digital product, like I say to everyone on every one of my students, I tell them create a product that has a purpose. Create a product for a purpose. So because when you create a product that has a purpose, you would know the specific audience you're talking to, you would know their problem, and you would also know the solution that you have for them. And when they buy your digital product, they know they are expecting an outcome, and then you have pros. Anyways, I already wrote everything I'm going to be telling you in a book, and I'll be telling you from here. So let's go. Mistake number one was that I was creating without demand. I created what I liked. I did not validate the product, and I did not really create what people needed. So this was it. Now, for instance, I once knew how to do graphic designing. So I was always just teaching, creating anything about graphic design, but I really didn't know what my people wanted. But now I know better that sometimes some persons want an easy way to design. For instance, using Canva. Canva is very easy. So when you have a course on Canva, I mean how to create PDFs with Canva, how to create ebooks with Canva, these are designs. And when you know your specific audience, you already know what to create for them. Unlike just creating a broad course of how graphic designing work. You can actually have two persons, one creating what the graphic designing is all about, and another one creating just how to do the graphic designing with Canva. And the one that uses Canva or that sells his course for Canva would sell more than the other person. Because why? The other person has a broad niche, and while the other man has a specific niche. All right. So let's go. So what I want you to do today is to always validate your product first before you create, because it's so annoying when you've spent a month creating a digital product, and after creating it you see that it is not what the market wants, it's not what your specific audience wants. It will be so I feel so bad because I did it before and it was terrible because after everything, it wasn't really what they wanted and I had to recreate. So now it's very important for you to validate before you create. So what how can you validate? You can just check online and see, check those niches and check comment section of people that are already doing something similar as yours. And then you can check comment section and see what people are asking about. So that is one way to validate. Another way to validate, you can use AI, ChatGPT to validate, to help you um, scrape out comments and check the problems of people. Another way also is to um call a specific people and ask them questions. You can put them in a group or in a call, ask them questions, relate with them, talk with them, and they'll show you how, or they'll show you and tell you their problems and what they feel or think about what you have to create. So that's a way to validate the product. Now, the second mistake I made was that I was focusing on the product and not the problem. Now, I made a course, and that course, I was so happy about the course. I think it took me about 2 months to create the course. I never posted about it. I never told anybody I was creating the course. I never just did anything. I never told anyone. All I was just doing was just creating the course every evening after I'm back from my classes. And that was the worst thing that ever happened, because after everything, I still did not sell that course. Why? Because it wasn't for anybody. The course wasn't made for anybody. So I created and I never validated it. So it was just so useless creating it, because I didn't really solve a problem. I was just talking and talking and rambling and rambling and rambling. So just like this video is doing, it's actually telling you 7 mistakes I made as a digital marketer, or I made while selling digital products. So it's very specific. So when you are watching, you know what you are expecting. So it is very important that when you are creating a product, you should be able, or your customer should be able to sense before time. It is called perception. They should be able to perceive that this is a solution I am looking forward to gain from this particular course. And that was what my course did not really have. So you should know this. It is problem first always, not product. Problem comes before product. Now, the third mistake I made was over complicating everything. I tried to make my videos perfect. I tried too much big content, many courses. Like everything was just too much. But this is it. Start simple. To not overcomplicate things, to not always think and think and think and think and think before you start. Oh, you have something to talk about. Then talk about the problem. Talk about the content or the context of why you're talking about the problem. And now talk about the solution. That's just it. Make it very simple. If I make it as short as possible, some of you just want to. Yeah, I think I once saw someone who had a mini course she was selling for 10,000 naira, and she had over 30 videos in it. What's the need? When I watched it, it was total, I would not say rubbish, but it was a total waste of our time, because I mean, if she had created just 10, compiled everything, used a system, then I mean, it wouldn't have been worth it, because I mean, before someone to watch 30 views, some of them are already even tired. So, and people that are even watching this are beginners. They are jumping from one course to the other, one free course to one paid course, one free course to one paid course. So start simple. Do not over complicate the things that you are doing. Now, the fourth mistake I made was I was waiting to be an expert. Long before, I think 2 months after, I was just jumping from one course to another. I was thinking I was not ready, and I was always taking myself backwards. So I did not really just start once, because I felt like, oh, these things are really for gurus. So I think I need to watch what. I think in a day I was watching over 10 videos. I was consuming more than I was producing, and that's not action. So you need to be able to take one step ahead. Actionize anything you learn, anything you see, be able to take one thing. They can teach you 10 things. Take one thing from it and take action on it. The sixth mistake I made was that I had no conversation, no feedbacks. So everything I was just selling, I think a year ago, There was a time I was just selling, 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 selling. I wasn't even talking to anybody or asking them if, oh, the feedback is quite nice, if the product they got their solution. And this is the main thing, because if a customer buys from you, you should be able to they should be able to give you a feedback that tells you that, oh, what you're selling is actually worth it. I mean, if I'm selling a product of 20,000 naira and I can't, well, maybe I've sold to about 100 persons and 50 persons haven't gotten back to me that they are getting results from the course. Please stop selling that course. I promise you, stop selling the course. And the seventh mistake I made was that I was starting over too much. I was always creating one product, one product, one product. I'm always creating. If I think about this idea, I'm creating the product. If I'm thinking about this idea, I'm creating the product. If I think about this idea, I'm creating the product. I was creating too much, jumping from one thing to another. There was no consistency, no discipline. I mean, anything that just comes from my head, I don't even think about it. I just go and create. I was just creating, 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 creating. I was not even selling. I wasn't making any money. And this is where young creators like me actually get it wrong, because I did too. So there is no consistency on one part. You need to be able to stay on one part for quite a while. I mean, how do you build your personal brand if you don't talk about this thing like 6 to 7 times? Because trust me, the persons you are seeing online that are doing so great have come up on your screen more than 10 times before you could trust them. So how do you expect people to trust you? You are complaining that you do not have sales, but you're jumping. Today you're promoting a today you're promoting a weight gain course. Tomorrow you're promoting how to make money. Next tomorrow you're promoting how to chat with foreigners. Like, you're just promoting everything that you see, which is very wrong. So you need to be able to stay on one path and be consistent, because consistency is key. People that have done it before would always tell you about consistency. And what actually changed everything for me was that I now had a system. I had to know that, oh, it is knowledge first, problem, then offer, and people. I need to have the knowledge, which I already have. I need to know the problem of my avatar. When I mean my avatar, I mean your specific client, your ideal client, the one person that has a problem that you know and that you have a solution for. So that is the systems that you should put in place for you to be able to sell a digital product. Now, this is what I want you to do today. I want you to pick one thing, I want you to solve one problem, and I want you to start small. You do not need to start too big. The fact that you want to go too big, Rome wasn't built in a day. You want to go too wide and too big. Do not try to do everything. Just do one thing. Because now, let me tell you this. You can go viral tomorrow if you want virality. You can actually go viral tomorrow, get to the faces or the screens of 300,000 people, and you still do not make a sale. Why? Because they don't know what you're doing. They just saw you once. They can't trust you. But another person who has 1,000 followers, posting consistently, and is making 2 sales every day from a 10,000 naira product, that is 20,000 naira every day. And in a week, that is over 100. And in a week, that is over 140,000 naira from just selling one of that product twice a day, which is to 2 people every day. Well, if you want more of these videos, and if you want me to teach you how to create your digital product step by step, and also give you systems for you to sell, what you have to do is to hit on the subscribe button down below, like this video, and I'll actually show you how to do it step by step.